Hello everybody, welcome back to another New World video. This one's going to be a little different, but just kind of wanted to bring up some of the new artifacts that are going to be available here with a new update. That's kind of the probably thing I'm most excited about, to be honest, with the new update. So we're just going to go over the, I don't know how many there are, but this is all of them right here. Not a whole lot, but just going to go through them and kind of show you the perks and where you can access them from. So the first one here is Unyielding, heavy headpiece here. It's got that 32 magnify attribute, which this just means that whatever your highest attribute already is, it's going to add 32 more points to your highest attribute. For the perk here, it's called Hardhead. It's PvP only, and you receive 20% less damage from critical hits. And you have Refreshing and then Shirking Fortification. You'll see these random perks at the bottom there. So with these artifacts, you get to choose your last perk. With some crafting materials, and you get to do that at, I think, that blue kiln thing or whatever that's in the cities there in New World. Looks like this is a PvP reward, and looks like it's cost 50,000 Azoth. It looks like you need PvP track 100, so that's a bit of PvP to get that, and they need to be level 61, looks like. So that's the first piece there. I'm not the biggest PvP guy, but 20% less. It's basically like resilience, I guess, but just all the pieces added up together, which is probably pretty good for PvP, to be honest. The second piece here, Void Dark Place. What does that do? Okay, a little better image. This is all smushed up there. Once again, 32 magnify. Its first perk point is Dark Reinforce. Your armor is increased by 20%. So maybe pretty good, but I think that the crit one in my head would be better for PvP anyway. Enchanted Ward, 4% less damage from light and heavy attacks, and then you have Physical Aversion. And then, of course, the random perk again. And this one you get from the Angry Earth boss. Is this from... Oh, Barnacles and Black Powder. Alright, cool. Second piece here is the Magnetic Gauntlets. Once again, 32 magnify. First perk is Magnetic Crit Chance increased by 50%, but crit damage reduced by up to 50%. I'm sure some weapons would be better than others than that, I guess, but it might be take some experimenting and all that good stuff there. Otherwise, you have Refreshing, Physical Aversion, and then once again that random perk. This is dropped by Isabella from what's that dungeon called? I'm blanking out. Tempest Heart. There you go. So that's a way to grind that up. And then I don't know if it says 62 plus content. That might be mutation 3, or I'm not sure how that works quite yet, but I guess we'll find that out shortly. And then the next piece here is Freedom. Once again, 32 magnify, and then the first perk here is Unending Freedom. This has Stun, Slow, and Root. Expires 25% faster, so once again, pretty good for PvP. And then on top of that, you already have Freedom, and then Enchanted Ward. Looks like, once again, a PvP track reward. Let player level 20, or 61, and then PvP track 20 or higher, so a lot lower than the other one there, that first piece that we saw. This one is the Jinn Head Wrap. Once again, 32 magnify. The first perk here is Shrug Off. So it looks like non-crowd controlling debuffs expire 20% faster on you, so sure. And then Vigor, and then Invigorated. Looks like it's alright. You can only have, to note as well, yeah, you can only have one artifact piece, like how Destiny 2 does their stuff. You can only have one artifact in your weapon slot, one in your armor slot, and then one in your jewelry slot, so I mean, I feel like there's other better ones than this. This is gathered from... This might be a random drop, maybe? Just some random beast, I guess? I'm not sure. Oh, I guess so. It looks like it's just a random drop from some enemies. And then we have the Nimble Leather Coat. Once again, you got your Magnify there. Highly Refreshing, reduces all max cooldowns up by 10%. Then you have Refreshing on top of that, 5%, and then you have Health perk. And you can add your own perk there, and then there's a gem slot. Once again, these might change here and there, but we will find out. This is also a PvP track reward? Oh, that sucks. A lot of PvP grinding maybe then, I don't know. Level 100 of your PvP track, and then your player level 61 or higher. So alright, it looks like some PvP OPR grinding maybe to get some of these. Next up we got some Ghoul Gloves. 32 magnify again, and then Ghoul's Touch is first perk here. When you hit a foe below your half health, transfer 1 debuff. So definitely might be interesting. Yeah, refreshing and then elemental aversion as well. I wonder if that works on players and enemies, bosses, all the above, I guess. I don't know how. We'll have to find out, I guess, how that works. This is dropped off by these two people here. Where is this at? Oh, okay, so all the new content, basically. Interesting. And then who's this? Same. Okay, I don't know if they are just Elysian Wilds, I guess. But alright, cool. Drop by them. And then you have the attuned leather pants here. This one, it might just give you a massive boost of all of your stats here, I guess. I'm not sure. Once again, I'm not sure if that's an error or not, but this says the most magnify of 50, and then well rounded is the perk. You have plus 10 to all of your attributes. So I guess text plus 60 to your stat you actually care about, I guess. Still not sure if that's like actual thing or not, if that's an error. And you have refreshing in the elemental aversion, gem slot, and then a random perk that you can choose. And it looks like you are just given this one at the end of the main story of the new Eden quest line there. So guaranteed 1 armor slot, pretty much just by doing the quest. And once again, not bad. Just more stat points overall, and then can't go wrong with refreshing and elemental aversion. So that's kind of cool. And they were medium. Yeah, it's not terrible. It'd be better if it was a medium chest, but can't be too picky, I suppose. And then this here, the Grey Wizard's hat, light. You got this one without magnify. They got 45 intelligence, and then brilliance is the special perk there. You have basically double your mana there. And then refreshing, and then physical aversion. And then this is contained in, I guess, is this portal? I guess there's portal stuff. I don't know what these new things are here. Upper Harrow Monolith cache. But I guess some open world stuff, at least for, yeah, this is the portal stuff. This is portal as well. Actually, we'll have to find out what those are, but it looks like a drop from these caches here. Interesting, though. Alright, and then next up, Featherweight Jacket. Once again, you got your magnify there. This one is weightless. So I guess it weighs nothing when you wear it. Versus 3.5 weight. And then refreshing and physical aversion again. And then people were saying it's probably good to wear, I think somewhere, with a kite shield maybe or something somewhere. Yeah, with a kite shield maybe. I'm not sure. Just for weight wise, if I get it, would that put you still in the same lightweight class? But this is dropped from Namir. I don't know. Is this a new guy? Okay, it's a new mob here. Interesting. Okay. Level 68. Doesn't have that much health, so it might be easily farmable. Question mark there. And then next we have the Tumbler shoes. And this is, so this one, yeah, I remember reading about this one before. This one seems to be pretty good, to be honest. It's got magnify again, and shirking blessing. Successfully dodging an attack gives you 15% of power and 25% fortify for 5 seconds. You're also healed for 20 plus 2% of your max health. That's pretty good. And there's, I don't know, is there a cooldown on that? I don't know. If you could keep dodging perfectly all the attacks, like boss attacks, you'd get pretty good healed there, which is nice. And the refreshing and the physical aversion, hard to go wrong with those. And looks like this one is a season pass reward at level 20. So that's pretty good. Once again, another guaranteed. So I guess you have two. What was it? Is this one guaranteed as well? That's PvP track. What was the other guaranteed piece? Okay, this one. So you have two guaranteed artifact armor pieces here. One is the quest line. This one is just the season pass there. And that adds the free season pass as well right there. That's pretty nice. Next up we have, I guess, the weapons. That was all the armor pieces there. The first one here is the Butcher. Once again, got your Magnify. This one is all about blood loss, so bloodletting. Bleed lasts 33% longer. Works on both the weapons, which is kind of nice. You got your Jagged Whirls. Whirling Blade inflicts bleed. And then you have Empowering Whirling Blade, and then Keenly Jagged. So, once again, all about that bleed there, pretty much. And then who's this dropped by? Zhao. Is this in... Okay, so this is just... Oh, okay, this is one of the shipyard ladies there. So it'll be an expedition drop there. And then next up is Freya's Francisca. Got your hatchet. Once again, it's Magnify. And this one's all about like making the hatchet ranged, it seems like. So thrown mastery. Thrown axe projectiles reduce all axe skills by 25%. Range hatchet does 23% damage against rending thrown targets. Does it apply rend at all? I'm not entirely sure. And then just overall your light and heavy attacks deal, you got your refreshing move, so a little less cooldown there. And this is from, who is this new guy, or is this? Oh, that's I see Garnogenesis end boss there. So another mutation farmable hatchet. Looks pretty cool as well. That's pretty cool design. And then we have the Spark of Mjolnir. You can be Thor if you want to. You got your Magnify again, then Mjolnir's Blessing. 99% of hammer damage is all converted to lightning, so also all about lightning. Spark. Gravel causes lightning strike. And then you have Refreshing on your Mighty Gravel as well, and then Refreshing move. So, and this is dropped by good old Chartis there in Lazarus. So another end boss for you to farm in the mutations. The Abyss, a lot of people are excited about, because it is converted to intelligence, I believe it, or that's how it scales off of. So 99% of it is converted to void damage, and then once again, if your intelligence is higher, it will scale off that instead of strength. Abyss, 20% of more damage, or deal 20% more damage when mana is below 100%, and then Abyssal Attunement, and then Refreshing move on that. And this is, once again, seems to be portal cash kind of drop RNG going on there. Pretty cool though. Let me take a look at the picture real quick. That's neat looking. It's kind of cool. And then we got the mechanics. We got that musket. Once again, Magnify, and this one is all about traps and sticky bombs. So traps, sticky bombs, cooldown reduced by 25%. You have accelerating traps and then mending sticky bombs there. So trying to utilize that a bit more. And this is Toy Maker. Who the heck is this? What is that? Just a random drop there. This is probably one of the new mobs, maybe in the dungeon there, or open world. I'm not entirely sure. But it's by Toy Maker Ptath. I'm not sure how you say that. Then we got Michael, and I guess maybe is that a reference to Archangel or Archangel? I'm not totally sure, but looks pretty cool though, to be honest. This one's all about, I think, getting rid of like the cleansing and then healing. So first perk here is Refreshing Cleanse. Cooldowns reduced by 5% on block. Cooldowns reduced by 5%, and then I guess a period, and this is on block, lose 1 debuff. So it's kind of neat. Once again, counter attack on block, gain 30% in power for 4 seconds, and then you also gain healing for 3% max health, and then life stealing on top of that. So kind of neat. And this is a PvP track reward. So after you hit level 20 in PvP, that can be a drop possibility. So that's kind of cool. And then we have the wall. This one I thought was kind of cool and interesting. I don't really tank at all, but this might get me into it, to be honest. This one, its first perk is Shield Wall. So you just gain 5% base damage reduction, but the things you cannot dodge, but you have 33% more stamina. So you're just the ultimate tank. Then you have Chromatic Ward. You take 25% less damage from all elemental sources. And you have Sturdy and then Keenly Fortified on top of those. So kind of cool. You can be a true tank. And this is Hiru, isn't that? Yeah, it's the Ennead one and bosses there. So you can farm that up. Actually, let me see real quick. What does the Sun Lord's gloves do now? Crit, refreshing. Okay. Cool. Once again, all the old armor is redone basically. So Inferno we have next. So we got a Fire Staff. So this is all about fire damage here. The first one's Inner Power. If higher, I guess common, this weapon scales with strength instead of intelligence. So it's kind of opposite of that axe there. That's kind of interesting. Hellfire's Fury, 20% damage when you hit a target within 5 meters. And then Powering Incinerate, and then Vicious. So it seems to be kind of like close combat going off of Incinerate and using that. It's kind of neat though. And then this is from good old Forge, Commander Marius, however you say that. And what does the Fire Lord stuff have now? Fire, you deal more fire damage? What? Interesting. Huh, okay. Cool. All that's very new now and different. Scorpion Sting, the new spear here. And then Sting, different new mechanic here, Javelin, that when you throw it, it does 160% weapon damage and now pulls your target towards you. You also have Sundering Javelin and then Trenchant Strikes on top of that. So I guess the idea is that you pull someone in towards you, then you do a kind of heavy melee attack maybe or something like that. And then also Javelin inflicts rend, actually. Okay, that's kind of cool. And then this is by this Mr. Scorpion there in the old Brimstone area. So very cool. So something else to farm up. And then we have a rapier here called Finisher. Finisher Harmony is the first perk. Attacks against bleeding targets deal 15% more damage and reduce flourishes cooldown by 5%. I guess it works on both weapons. Interesting. And then you have Deadly Flourish on top of that, and then King Tondo. So that's quite cool. And this is from a new. This might be. Is this the new dungeon, maybe? Maybe it's the new dungeon. It's outside that zone there. Isle of Zurvan. Cool. Got 1,000,000 health, so probably a pretty big boss. What is Whiplash? Something new as well? Also new flail. Interesting. Cool. Then we have a Life Taker here. A little Void Gauntlet action. First perk here is Negative Energy. Range attacks inflict Disintegrate for 8 seconds on both weapons, and if higher, this weapon scales with Dex. So you once again have a Dex kind of intelligence mixture going on. On top of that, you have Keen, Life Stealing, and then Refreshing Move. So that's kind of cool. And this is dropped by probably a new enemy here, Pugnacious. This might also be in the dungeon, possibly. It's kind of off to the side there. But very cool. Then we have Pestilence. This is a blunderbuss. Looks kind of cool. What is that? Neat looking. Oh, yeah, it's got like teeth. That's pretty dope. First one is Blighted Enchantment. Attacks against targets inflict a stack of poison and decrease to incoming and outgoing healing effectiveness by 7% per stack for 6 seconds max, 3 stacks. So again, I guess maybe probably more PvP related. I was gonna say for sure. Pest, and then you have Plague crits, and then Keen. And the Pest here is 50% damage against poisoned and diseased targets. So pretty cool. But once again, PvP track reward at level 50 there. I like the look of that one. It's pretty cool looking. And then Serenity, we have a great sword. This one looks really cool. I thought. I don't know. Looks just like some royal sword from some, I don't know, like a Zelda game or something. I don't know. Here we have Balance Blade, so this kind of just buffs your offensive stance, 2% of power per attack for 5 seconds, max 10 stacks, and then defense stack, or stance, plus 2% fortify when hit for 5 seconds, max 10 stacks. Then you have Trenchant Strikes, Trenchant Crits, and then Refreshing Move. This is not a PvP reward, but this would be pretty good against bosses in, or any PvE bosses, I'd argue. But it's a reward after level 20 in your PvP track. So quite cool, but it costs 50,000 Azoth. That's quite a lot. I don't think I have that much Azoth even stored up right now. But that's kind of on my radar, maybe, I think, as well. And then we have the last weapon here, Odo. This is the first flail artifact as well. First perk here, those Odo's Punishment. You deal 20% more damage to stunned foes. Works on both weapons. So that's kind of cool. And then Odo's Defense. On block, heal for 5% base damage. And you have Life Stealing and then Refreshing Move on top of that. So that is kind of cool. So it's all about stunning and then self-healing. And this looks quite odd. What is... supposed to be kind of some weird heart-looking thing? Or coral? Or... I don't know. It looks neat though. And this is from Fanash. This is just a, what is this guy? Maybe just an open world boss, maybe it looks like? Pretty cool. You can farm that up then. That's pretty dope. And then that is, I think, all the weapons. This is some amulet maybe there, but there's 3 jewelry pieces so far. The first one is Endless Thirst here. The first perk, so that's the earring. First perk is Thirst. Health potions are 33% stronger, but the cooldown is 20% longer. So kind of a trade-off there. Then you have Empowering Toast and Fortifying Toast even on top of that, which is pretty dope. And this, it looks like you get on the Season Pass level after pretty much completing it, looks like. And I think I read somewhere that things that are within the Season Pass will be attainable in the world at some point after the Season Pass is done, possibly. So you won't feel, there's no FOMO kind of feeling going on there, okay? This just looks kind of cool, although you don't really see your jewelry there. But this one is the Blood Drinker. It's a ring. This one's called Ghoul's Harmony. It's the first perk there. I guess minus 25%, I guess, and then plus 25% lifesteal. That would make the most sense. Then you have Leeching and then Hardy on top of that. So maybe this might feel good for people like the solo players who like to kind of solo content of an open world, just have this and just have a ton of lifesteal going on there. It might be worth there. Oh, where's that from? Sorry. Gringul, the Regent. Oh, this is the Starstone Barrows thing. Okay, cool. And then the last technical one is the Lost Stopwatch. First perk is Stunny Gaze. Activate Taunt Gems. Stuns last 100% longer, but base damage is decreased by 5%, and you Purify and Health. So maybe a tanking kind of amulet there, or at least that's what it's looking like. And then good old Commander Thorpe is dropping this in the depths, so you can go out and farm him for that. And there's one more here, but I think this is just a work in progress right now. I don't know what the hell this is. Divine Health, maybe some kind of healing thing of some sort. Upgrade. No clue. Well, alright, that is all of the artifacts that have been added thus far, or will be added in the new patch there. For me, we get this from the Season Pass, so I'll end up rocking that, I'm sure, for a good while. Been a big fan of rapiers lately, so I might try to go for the finisher at some point. Who is this from again? One of the new dungeon bosses, I think. So I'll be kind of going after that. I'll be trying to obtain all of these, honestly, at some point. And then you get this at level 20 in the Season Pass, and they're like really good, it seems like. And then versus just the pants you get at completing the quest. So everyone will pretty much be rocking that and having just a lot more attribute points to go around. Once again, just overall pretty solid pants for level 70 or 700. But yeah, just a little bit of a different video here, but pretty much excited for these. That's the main thing I'm pumped for when the new expansion comes out here. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Take care and peace.